YouTubers, I'm back for a part 2 video. This one is pertaining to my results that I not just received, but I've had it about for a week now. Let's see, I mailed out my, to go on a review from the last part 1 video. I mailed out received the kit actually on October 22nd and mailed it out on October 24th. They received it on October 27th, and then they emailed me and said they ran my test on November 6th, and then I received the results on November 13th. Anyway, so let's get right into it. I've already, signed in, logged in, and I was really pretty, kind of shocked with my results, but anyways, this is my results. Showing 100 Polynesia, just like the other Samoan young lady who mailed out her kit, and she received back 100% Polynesia as well. And I'm showing those are my results. Polynesia is primarily located in Tonga and Samoa, also found in Fiji, New Zealand, Maori, Micronesia, Philippines, Melanesia, and Hawaii. It says here, most of Polynesia's islands lie within a triangular area in the Pacific Ocean. The Polynesian Triangle's points are Hawaii, Easter Island, Rapa Nui, and New Zealand. It's a world defined by the ocean, with about 120,000 square miles of land spread across some 10 million square miles of water. Polynesia's islands were among the last places on Earth to be settled by humans. Despite great distances separating the outer islands, the Polynesian people are linked by linguistic, cultural, and genetic ties. So, yeah, this is typical native, 100% genetic diversity in the Polynesia region. The people living in the Polynesia region are much less admixed than most other regions, which means that when creating genetic ethnicity estimates for people native to this area, we rarely see traces of DNA profiles from other regions. We've found that approximately 100% of a typical native's DNA comes from this region. So, it said other regions commonly seen in people native to the Polynesia region. From a collection of 18 people, region percentage of natives that have this region are Scandinavian, 11%. So we have used our reference panel to build a genetic profile for Polynesia. The blue chart above shows examples of ethnicity estimates for people native to this region. For most natives, we see little, if any, DNA that looks similar to profiles from other regions. However, there are some exceptions. For a small minority, only 79% of their DNA is similar to the profile. It is curious that 11% of people native to this region have at least a small amount of DNA that looks similar to the profile from the Scandinavia region. This could be caused by the relatively small sample size in the reference panel or by recent admixture. So, population history over here. Modern Polynesia comprises more than 1,000 islands scattered throughout the Central and South Pacific. Major island groups include Tonga, Samoa, the Cook Islands, French Polynesia, and Hawaii, among others. Most lie east of Fiji, which serves as a rough border between Melanesia and Polynesia. The majority of Polynesia's islands are volcanic, although some are coral atolls and a few, like New Zealand and Norfolk Island, are remnants of the submerged continent of Zealandia. So, origins. Many scholars believe that the Polynesian people originated on another island, Formosa or modern-day Taiwan. They assert that Austronesian migrants made their way south to the Philippines, then continued into maritime Southeast Asia. A second theory, which genetic research may help to confirm, is that Polynesia's Austronesian roots lie not in the north, but deeper in Southeast Asia. So they showed here, like, a map. You know, showing Australia, Taiwan, Philippines, going to Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, and all these other small, tiny little islands. They're saying that this map is a possible migration of, you know, Polynesia. Okay, so I'm just going to read it because my results are short. Anyways, it says, superior sailors. Wherever their true homeland lies, the Neolithic Austronesians were accomplished sailors. Eventually, they settled the north coast of Papua New Guinea and the Bismarck and Solomon Islands, bringing domesticated chickens, pigs, and a few crops for farming. These Neolithic Austronesians were most likely the ancestors of the Lapita culture, which reached as far east as Tonga, and many believe gave rise to the Polynesian culture. The Polynesians' cult ancestors continued spreading east by sea 2,500 years before Columbus sailed his ships across the Atlantic. They had already populated the islands of Fiji, Tonga, and Samoa. Not Samoa. It's how the Balinese or the Caucasians pronounce it. Actually, it's Samoa. Yeah? The early Polynesians continued east to Tahiti and the Marquesas. Then, I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Then ventured north to Hawaii and farther southeast to Rapa Nui, Easter Island. New Zealand was the last major landmass on Earth to be populated by humans. The Polynesians finally landed there around the 13th century. Their descendants are the Maori people. The Polynesians developed superior navigation skills based on stars, currents, flight patterns of birds, and other natural observations that allowed them to cross wide stretches of open ocean. They migrated to the farthest reaches of the Polynesian Triangle on large, double-hulled canoes akin to modern catamarans. These boats could carry both settlers and their cargo, including plants and animals. Starting in the 1970s, groups from the Polynesian islands began building boats based on the old designs. studying traditional navigation and retracing the ancient voyages between the islands. One group recently completed a trip from New Zealand to Easter Island and back, sailing 2 Wakahorua language double-hulled canoes more than 10,000 nautical miles. And then they go to show a photo of Hawaiian navigators sailing multi-hulled canoes circa 1781 by artist John Weber. Polynesian languages. Polynesians speak a related group of languages called Malayo-Polynesian, which comes from a Proto-Austronesian language spoken in Southeast Asia millennia ago. One interesting difference between Polynesia and Melanesia is the wider diversity in languages among the islands of Melanesia. Melanesia is one of the most linguistically diverse regions in the world, while Polynesia typically has one language per island group. And it says, did you know the people of New Zealand and Hawaii make up about 90% of Polynesia's population? Get the most of your ethnicity estimates. Learn all about your ethnicity estimate by exploring our help contents. You can find a lot more by clicking on the Learning Center button, the one with the question mark at the top of every ethnicity page. Okay, now let's see, how is the range calculated? Okay, so I want to know this. Can I scroll up? Learn how the range is calculated. When we calculate your estimate for each ethnicity region, we run 40 separate analyses. Each of the 40 analyses gives another estimate of your ethnicity, and each one is done with randomly selected portions of your DNA. Why 40? Ethnicity estimation can be variable from comparison to comparison. Different combinations of DNA can give us different information, so doing multiple analysis can give us a more accurate estimate as well as the likely range. In the example below, we measure an estimate for. I can't really even scroll up anyways. See that portion. Okay, so. Okay. Zero. No trace regions, no nothing. You know, 0, 0. America 0, Asia 0, Europe 0. And yeah, it's kind of weird though. But hopefully they can do a better job in getting more than 100% Polynesia by breaking it down more. See that. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Thank you for listening, and that is all with my results. Comment down below what you thought that I was, even though I didn't get any comments in my part 1 video. But thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Many wonderful people that share the same dream as I do. Therefore, I now exist in independence, along with those who have come across the hard life like I have. Posana e mai o tumbuni salu salu apa amalolo me